Hey there, crafty friends. Suzanne here in the studio today to demonstrate to you the Stampin' Up! Pocket Thoughts bundle. This is a stamp set, photopolymer, and dies. And these, you get 3 pocket dies. And then this is a great stamp set for celebrations. We've got cupcakes, we've got diplomas, we've got rings for wedding or engagement. So this can be a very versatile kit. And of course, when you see these celebrations, you automatically think of gift cards, and there are several options in here to be able to do that. So, shall we get right to it? All right, since I'm not able to buy all of the designer series paper and everything I would like out of the catalog, am going to be using some retired Heart and Home DSP and the Memory and More cards that came with this. I have leftovers from this. The Memory and More cards, you not only get 3x4 and 4x6 cards, but you get little stickers too. So you might want to check out the current Memory and More offerings. Great for scrapbookers and card makers alike. Okay, let's get to my projects. Okay, well, the first thing I did was to take the biggest of the pockets, and it is like 3 3/4 by 5. So it's a little bit big, I think, to put on a standard A4 card if you want to be able to pull out. I guess you could shift it all the way to the edge if you're using it vertically, but I just decided to make it a faux pocket. So here I have used the Memory and More there was a doily with these particular sets, and then the stickers, and then I punched some of the DSP and made this cute little card. And I've actually glued the edges down, so it is a faux pocket. So if you kind of like this vibe, you should check out the current Country Woods and Country Lace designer series papers. They're reminiscent of this, but updated, of course. So then I actually decided to use a Memory and More card base. And these are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So you've got a little more room. So you've got room to put your pocket, and you've got room for a nice topper on your insert. Can you see what I've done here? I have a perfect circle. And the way to get that is after you cut your pocket, just to flip your die around and use it to cut the top of your insert. And then I have also decorated this with some punched circles, and I cut down one of the Memory More cards. I used the Memory and More stickers. And then on the front here, I've used the heartfelt hexagon and some stickers. And then because this was a striped here, I decided to offset the stripes, so it's very obvious that that's a pullout. So I think that turned out really cute. All right, let's have another try at it. This time I went for the smaller pockets. Here, this is a card on a panel, and this is one of my leftovers from a recent paper pumpkin that Close to My Heart makers got in their starter kit. You probably saw that video where I used that kit for scrapbooking. Well, here I am using it to make a Z card, Z fold. Folds out like this. And then it's also decorated on the back. So let's take a closer look, shall we? First here, I just have the smallest pocket, and I've just cut the front panel off of it, sort of as a decorative cluster base. And so it looks like you're kind of pulling this little gold sticker out of it. I just thought it was a cute idea. Here I have stamped and fussy cut the diploma. And then the Yay for You and the hearts were also from the Pocket Thoughts set, as are these arrows that point up here. And then this is the perfect size pocket for a gift card. Bravo. This is actually from a different set, but I thought the fonts matched. And then here's where I can write my note to the recipient. And then on the back, I just use, like I said, you get little stickers in the Memories and More packs, as well as cards. And then I did the Yay for You from the Pocket Thoughts. So that was my card making effort. Now it was time to get to some scrapbooking. Here is my first one. Hey, you actually get to see photos today. Isn't that exciting? All right, as you can see, this is a nice wood grain. This would be beautiful made from the country woods. I'm using some older Stampin' Up! In Good Taste paper and some leftover wood grain from my stash. These are 4" by 1" pieces of paper, and I've staggered them by 1" since it's wood. I wanted it to kind of look like it was a floor. But I've also done this pattern just stacking in 3 stacks, DSP with different patterns, and it looks really great. Okay, I've actually put it on craft cardstock, and then I trimmed down the edges. Okay, here we have a 5x7 photo, slightly smaller than that. I've trimmed it down. And we have used that medium pocket for some hidden journaling. Here I am using the Keeping Tabs set for this tab, which is a working tab, and then this one, which is just a part of my cluster. And then I put some of the ephemera. This is ephemera from the Current Labels and Layers ephemera pack. I've used a computer to do some printing on several of those. So this is a story about, these shelves are at the Evansville Wartime Museum. We helped to set up their library, so there are more than 2,500 books there that had to be unboxed, cataloged, barcoded, sorted, shelved. So it was a big project, but we really enjoyed it because we love books. So, okay, like I said, the Country Woods paper line would really look pretty with this. All right, next up, here is this layout, which is going to actually be for my son's engagement pictures, but I don't have permission to post those photos. So here I have a center photo, a side photo, and then I have used the largest pocket here for a journaling card. As you can see, I've decorated the front of the pocket, and I've kind of, oops, you gotta get that in there straight. And then I've actually hidden that little scoop by doing extra embellishments here at the top. Let me zoom in here, and you can see I've made my own designer series paper. Here I've taken a piece of soft seafoam, and then I did a light pencil grid on it, and then I alternated the lots of love and the little hearts stamps. And then on the bottom, I used my scoring tool and I scored some ballet pink. And then I used the direct pad to paper method to highlight the embossing. And as you can see, you also get a little bit of distressing that way. And then I also added in a few hearts too. So made my own DSP there. How does that look? That was kind of fun. So when you don't, just because you don't have designer series paper doesn't mean you can't have pattern. This is the Fully Flowering Ephemera Kit. I have used a lot of this on other cards. You've probably seen one in a previous video on other cards I've made. And then I've just added in some gems from my stash and a little bit of old Stampin' Up! Ribbon. Okay, there's that. And then last but not least, let's do a double. Okay, this uses the Close to My Heart mix-in pack that is available at Stampin' Up! And it's now available to all Stampin' Up! Customers, even those that weren't previously Close to My Heart customers. And it's the mix-in pack, and I just chose a couple of pieces of paper and have tied those colors together. Okay, I stamped and fussy cut the cupcakes, which went a lot quicker than you would have thought. And then I stamped the two-step stamping on the frosting using Mango Medley and Granny Apple Green. Those matched up really nice with the Close to My Heart colors. And then here, do you see what I've done? I've added in a couple of labels using the Labeled with Love punch and the outline stamp from that Labeled with Love stamp set. This little Sweet Wishes is actually from a newer stamp set called Sweetest Star, which you'll see in the upcoming September mini catalog. And then I've also done these interactive pockets. So again, using that same punch and the stamp, and then I could add little wishes that I have for the person whose birthday is celebrated on these pictures. Isn't that fun? Okay. And then I kind of thought I was done playing, but then I was cleaning up scraps and I thought, well, you know that I had showed you that this middle pocket is perfect for cards, for gift cards, or business cards if you had a need for a business card holder. Well, you can also use the largest pocket and do it the other way by folding up the bottom. Here, I did the largest pocket and then I scored it 2.5 inches from the top and folded it over. So it's just about in half, except I had the back of it, the bottom of it, then had this little angle, so that made a cute backing. So this will fit, of course, gift cards this way, horizontally too, as well as, I thought it looked super cute with Post-it notes in it. So if you were a teacher or had some other reason for needing to give out little Post-it notes, isn't this cute? And then this is from my stash. It's a nice heavy duty piece of pattern paper. I think that would work better than DSP. And then I've just punched a couple of cardstock colors. Here is the Modern Label punch, and then I used the little sprinkle stamp from my Pocket Thoughts, which meant then I had used every stamp in that stamp set, so I was proud of myself. And then we've got these two little enamel dots. This notes is actually, I believe, from that Keeping Tabs stamp set that I talked about earlier. So you can see that this Pocket Thoughts set is really going to be a staple in your scrapbooking and card making arsenal, and how it's going to work not only by itself, but with lots of other Stampin' Up! And crafting products. So I hope you found this helpful. Of course, at the end, you'll have photos of the projects as well as a list of all of these other products that I have referred to. As always, I appreciate your time and attention. Bye for a bit.